Warning, censorship. Warning, censorship.
I didn't want any of this. I really didn't. I'm not.
Jim, the question arises, what makes a mature man spend so many hours driving a bus, blowing bubbles and playing music in the first place?
Because people are hurting. People are hurting. The isolation is hurting people. They're not able to touch one another. They're not able to see loved ones in the hospital, right? Your mom's dying and you know, what? Are you kidding me? Come on. I don't care what's going around. It's not worth that. It's not worth abandoning the old people. You know, like if they want to do something smart, allocate the resources to the ones that have the problem and the highest at risk or the highest age. You know, and if people want to isolate, isolate. But don't isolate the healthy. I mean, asymptomatic, what the hell is that? It means you're healthy, but a potential cure. What the hell is that? No, healthy. Healthy.
David Menzies for Rebel News here at Queen's Park. Well, folks, we were here to cover the demonstration. Originally, it didn't look like there was going to be any arrests or harassment or ticketing, but look at this. We are atop the bubble bus. This is the bus that belongs to Jim Kerr. He likes to drive his bus around at these demonstrations, playing some music, emitting some bubbles. And for some reason, as you can see, law enforcement has descended en masse to allegedly arrest him or ticket him. I'm not clear why that is right now, but we hopped aboard the bus because we wanted to chronicle how the police were going to treat this individual, because I can't see a crime in driving in circles. Well, maybe there's a carbon crime. Maybe Greta Thunberg would throw the book at Jim, but we're going to see how this plays out in the minutes and hours ahead. So what's going on here? Why has the bubble bus been pulled over?
Well, they cited us for excess noise and no front license plate, and then they pulled me over. They knew my name, and they said that I am now in breach of conditions on my bail.
Oh, a bail for what, Jim?
On bail for obstruct police.
Really? And what was the nature of that obstruction charge?
I was filming a friend who was to speak, and then the 3 cops tackled me, broke my thumb, and took me to jail.
Do you find you've been targeted because, well, you're giving the anti-political correct message of stop the lockdown?
I can't say, yeah! It feels like they're targeting me. It's like she wants to arrest me for whatever reason she can. I'm trying to give her the things that she wants, and she says now that we have the bail condition thing sorted.
Yeah.
And we've given them copies right now. She's giving them copies, but she doesn't want to see it on the phone. They want a hard copy. So I'm trying to get somebody to get this over to a Kinko so I can get a hard copy to give to these officers so we can have peaceful resolution.
Because I'm Jim's wife, Thundra, and they pull us over because we didn't have a plate on the front. And we're like, okay, give me a break. Look at all these vehicles going by that don't have plates.
Yeah.
You obviously had our number. Then they give me 3 tickets for over $300 for what the I don't know. And then now they're trying to arrest Jim.
Are they meaning to handcuff you and take you away?
I hope not. I mean, I did that the first time and they broke my thumb. And the look in her eyes towards me, I'm afraid, I don't know. I don't trust them. They hurt me the last time, and they want to arrest me a second time for whatever reason, and I'm giving them evidence and they're not accepting it. So I don't know what's going on. Like, it's really scares me that this could be happening in our country, man. This is scary.
Well, Jim, I'm going to see what the officers have to say, and well, I'll get back to you, okay? Hi, officers. I was just wondering, can you please tell me why he's being arrested or pulled over? Officer Boyce, can you I'm just trying to get your side of the story, officer.
Conducting an investigation here.
Oh, an investigation? Okay, then. For a day that was going quite merrily, first day of spring, over 10 degrees, sunny, it was a good time being had by all, but not quite. I guess the Toronto Police Service have a quota. They've got to, arrest somebody to meet their catch and release target. So we're going to be here to see what happens to Jim. He just told us on camera he was previously taken down by the police so forcefully that his thumb broke. Oh no. His thumb broke. Now, what's he doing? playing some music at the volume of your average ice cream truck, emitting bubbles at his truck. I mean, why is that such an egregious crime? Well, look who it is. It's Kellyanne Wolf. How you doing there?
Wonderful, Menzies. How are you?
In your spring ensemble. Kellyanne, what are we witnessing here? This is Jim Kerr of the Bubble Bus.
He just had a small issue pulling up his variance papers because his conditions from his brutal arrest at Dundas Square, where his thumb was broken, limited him from coming into this area, but those conditions have since been lifted, so they're just waiting to see proof of that. We have proof, so now they want to call a sergeant to see the proof, and so we've got a couple of people that are going to be staying here with him to ensure that he doesn't get unlawfully arrested again.
And why were you arrested at that protest? Were you doing anything harmful or unlawful?
Well, no, and I took firsthand footage of it all. It's all right there. You can see it. I was there to film a friend who was going to be speaking, and we were somewhat concerned that he might be arrested. And then they came up behind me, said, "You've been warned?" And I'm like, "Been warned of what? I don't really understand." Said, "You could be charged with this, that, and the other thing." And then they tackled me. I don't know.
Now, we tried to speak to that female police officer, and she said she can't speak because there's an investigation underway. I mean, only in Toronto is there an investigation of a bubble bus. But you know what I find, welcome to CSI Toronto. What I find egregious, Jim, you're just driving around, you're playing some music, it's not obnoxiously loud, blowing bubbles. And 2 weeks ago, folks, as you know, and here's the video evidence, at Yonge-Dundas Square, which has been declared a no man's land by Mayor John Tory, what did we see? We saw supporters of the Tamil Tigers terrorist organization marching on Yonge-Dundas Square with their Tamil Tiger terrorist flags. So there you go, Jim. You can get arrested in this city for waving a Canadian flag, but you wave the flag of a terrorist organization and nothing to see here, folks?
Well, there ain't nothing terrorist about bubbles, and that's the only flag I fly.
Yeah.
I blow bubbles, man. Beautiful bubbles. I want people to appreciate the beauty and fragility of life. I mean, I'm a grandfather. I got a little 7-year-old grandbaby. I've been married for 27 years. I got 2 adult kids. Okay, I'm in a great time in my life. I'm in love with my wife, have been forever, and we have it very good. Like, we have a home and we're doing well. And I'm now considering moving out of Canada because of this type of treatment. Because look, if they can do it to me, they can do it to anybody. And not me. Man, look at the old lady with the cross, and she's just out there praying. She's just out there serving the thing that's important to her, and they're coming down on people like this. These aren't people that are threats to anything.
Can you believe this is Toronto in 2021?
No, I can't, because I was born in a third world country that's very corrupt, South America, and it's like, wow, Canada's really shocking. It's surprising right now.
You're not to be south of Bloor, east of Spadina, west of Don Valley. Please come off the roof.
The paperwork is
contact ETF, get you off the roof.
the paperwork is on its way. I have digital forms, but for whatever reason, you guys aren't accepting them. So I've had to get somebody to go to a Kinko's to get the paper forms so that you guys can be on your way and allow me to be on mine.
Well, according to our records, sir, unless you're here to meet with your counsel, you're not to be in this parameter.
Yeah, I'm actually here to meet with my counsel as well. All legal, all legit. You see? Don't harass regular people. People are trying to make it better by blowing bubbles, playing music, and helping the mental health of people. That's what we're trying to do. That's what we're trying to do. I mean, I'm doing nothing wrong. I came here peacefully to play some music and lift the spirits. There's a bigger problem with suicides today, and you guys are dealing with that. More suicide, more mental health problems, and now they put a bill in place that will allow mentally ill patients to kill themselves. This doesn't sound like it might not work out too well. If it's your kid who wants to commit suicide and does so with the government's help and approval, every life is precious. Every single one of them. The disabled, the ones who don't have money, they're all valuable. Every single one of them. What are you gonna do? You're going to stand for something, you're going to fall for everything. Like, look, man, there's something not right about all this. It's clear. We're not going to argue about what it is. You want to wear a mask, you don't wear a mask. It doesn't matter. What's wrong is when regular citizens are trying to make things better for people and they are harassed by masked people with weaponry.
And Jim, I'm looking at all the police vehicles, all the police resources. This must be I guess gun crime is over with in Toronto.
That's the thing that concerns me. My God. I mean, how many other things do you think that they could be doing instead of pulling over a person who's coming to bring some joy to the world? Like, God, man, I mean, there's still however many of them. What do they think I'm going to do now? I've dealt with all of the things. They know they should be leaving. And as soon as they leave, I'll be able to take all the things down and I can go because I don't want to be here.
Not free!
The TTC just honking at me? Was it really?
That might be a career-limiting move in John Tory's Toronto.
I would not want to. Like, dude, you're going to step out of line, you're going to get it, you know? I don't know. I didn't even step out of line, I'm getting it, dude. What a trip. What a trip. I didn't want any of this. I really didn't. I'm not.
Jim, the question arises, what makes a mature man spend so many hours driving a bus, blowing bubbles and playing music in the first place?
Because people are hurting. People are hurting. The isolation is hurting people. They're not able to touch one another. They're not able to see loved ones in the hospital, right? Your mom's dying and you know, what? Are you kidding me? Come on. I don't care what's going around. It's not worth that. It's not worth abandoning the old people. You know, like if they want to do something smart, allocate the resources to the ones that have the problem and the highest at risk or the highest age. You know, and if people want to isolate, isolate. But don't isolate the healthy. I mean, asymptomatic, what the hell is that? It means you're healthy, but a potential cure. What the hell is that? No, healthy. Healthy.
So we're still waiting for a resolution. Your lawyer, I guess, is still on the phone. Again, what a shocking waste of police resources. So regardless of where you're going, we'll hang here until you get your freedom.
Awesome, brother. Hey, it's great to have you guys here. I feel like with that neutral third eye that can actually show people what's going on, that they won't pull the kind of tricks that they would when the camera's not on. So thank you for being here, man. It made me feel a hell of a lot better.
It's a pleasure, Jim. Thank you.
Officers! You guys did a great job today! You did a great job!
So, Jim, the fellow that jumped in to give you some legalistic help, he just said something to you. What did he say?
Well, he said he was over at the station. He did what he needed to do. They are now going to let me go. They're now dispersing. Good to go, baby. Good to go.
Fantastic. Okay, so I guess it's had a happy ending. I mean, it's taken about almost 3 hours of your life. It's wasted 3 hours of several police officers' lives too. You know, and all for nothing, really. It's just. I think this is shameful, not on your behalf, but on whoever's ordering these officers around. Mayor Tory, Cruella de Villa, you know, the chief of police, who knows. But this was all a big nothing burger at the end of it, wasn't it?
Well, thankfully, yes, but they tried to make it into a something burger, and if I would have opened my door, they would have arrested me, and I would have been in the jail right now. If I didn't know what my rights were, because I was talking to the lawyer and I refused to let them in until I knew what my rights were, if I wouldn't have done that, they would have arrested me, and I would have been having this conversation right now, and I would have had more charges or whatever.
So now it's off to Trinity Bellwoods.
Trinity Bellwoods, baby. We're gonna go over Nathan Phillips Square. We're gonna pass by briefly,
okay,
and then we're heading over to Trinity Bellwoods.
Fantastic. Okay, watch out for those doggies.
Yeah, man. Well, you're the good kind of doggy. Keep on barking, buddy. Thank you. We won. We won. You see?
The bubble won.
The bubbles won. We won. Why? Because I wouldn't let them in my vehicle. I gave them the proof that they wanted. And they had no choice but to let us go. Because of this guy right here, thank you very much. He showed up as legal counsel, went down to the station, signed the paperwork, came back, and look, there's not a cop in sight.
Let's go arrest
We won. We won. Peaceful resolution. Peaceful resolution. It doesn't have to be a revolution. Peaceful resolution can be done. Well, it feels good to be free in Canada, I can tell you that much.
That's good.
You know, if people would just let other people be themselves and have a little bit of fun, our lives would be so much easier, wouldn't it?
100%.
You know, we know how to take care of ourselves. We're adults. We're big boys and girls, you know.
How you doing?
Freedom! Wow, so this is what it's like when you win. I didn't expect to win this. I really thought I was getting put in jail. They were trying their darndest. If I would have slipped up and not done the right thing at the right time, they would have had me in jail.
I thought it was going that route too. What made the tide turn?
Dude, I mean, you guys showed up, so there was a neutral third eye, and then I just insisted on showing them the evidence that they had asked for. And they said, well, it wasn't good enough in the digital document. I'm like, well, then you want a paper document? I'll get somebody to run to Kinko's and print it off.
You know, it's funny, isn't it? They say sunlight is the best disinfectant, and I guess when the media shows up and trains the cameras and microphones on the police, suddenly a behavior change.
The truth is a very, very difficult thing to beat. And when you're representing the truth, it's going to be very hard to fight against you, and you guys do it well, man. Your parents love you so much, and every single one of the bubbles is for you.
Guy looks terrified, Jim.
That's okay. Bubbles can be scary, you know.
Even had his infant masked up.
Well, you know, people are afraid, and they're coping in the best way that they can, you know. Honestly, it's not good to judge people for making different decisions, but we do need to allow and respect for those who make different decisions than ourselves, you know. Freedom! What's your hockey stick?
2 minutes for looking so good, Richard.
Yeah, buddy! Freedom! Yeah, buddy! It's nice to be free, huh?
It is. Nice and free.
Freedom! 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 Yeah, buddy! Freedom! Yeah, buddy! Good day to be free!
And so here we are at Nathan Phillips Square, folks, and Jim Kerr has been successful in launching his great bubble rebellion. He is driving down Queen Street to Trinity Bellwoods, even though law enforcement tried unsuccessfully to burst his bubble. For Rebel News, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies.
Freedom! Yeah, buddy! It's good to be free. It's good to be free.
Folks, is law enforcement or bylaw harassing you like they tried to harass the owner of the bubble bus here? Well, if so, if you get a fine, go to fightthefines.com. That's fightthefines.com. We'll put you in touch with a top-notch criminal lawyer and crowdfund your legal fees.